Hello, everybody, and welcome to Level 38, a video game podcast. Microphone's going to be ripped from me right now.
Hello, and welcome to the second episode of Level 38. I'm joined by my host,
Will Wood.
and I am Sean McCann. Here on another wonderful day, we'll be talking about video games and stuff, and I think we got a lot on our plate today, a lot more than last time, if you checked out our last episode, but we're going to keep going until we, have a stop on what we want to talk about, and then after that, we'll go from there. Yeah.
Thank you, Sean. I like that you're just jumping in there, taking over some more responsibility. That's good, because eventually, I'm just going to leave, and it's just you.
That's fine.
And you bring in your own co-host and all this, and I'll just,
I'll still be the co-host.
Right. You'll get somebody else to take over the host.
I'll be the co-host.
Right.
And you'll come back. You'll be like a JonTron.
I'll be like your special guest.
Sure.
Every now and then. Welcome, as Sean said, to Level 2 of Episode 38. We got the inaugural episode out of the way, so now nothing fucking matters anymore, and we can just be ourselves. So, having said that, let's get through the rigmarole. This episode, of course, will be live at on YouTube.com for the video every Monday, and it will also go live on iTunes. The first episode is now available on audio format on iTunes. If you search for Level 38, you will find it there, which is really cool. You, of course, can find us on the Twitters, the podcast at Level 38 Podcast, where you can tweet us your questions and topics and stuff, and we will read them on the air. You can find Sean at Smash Spite, as you see on the overlay there, or if you're listening in the audio, you won't see the overlay, but that's how the internet works. And I am at Will J. Wood. Of course, this episode, like every episode, will be recorded and streamed out live as we record on twitch.tv/WillJWood. So if you want to come here and hang out, chat in the comments, your comments may make it into the show. So that is that. Before we have 16 pieces of news today.
Wow.
Yes. We had 19 in the first episode, but I had to cut a bunch of them because I was afraid of time constraints, and I figured it out, and I said, fuck that, we'll just go now so we don't have to worry about time constraints anymore.
Okay.
Plus whatever else we go off into and divert into topic-wise.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, that's how I want to start the show. Before we get into the news of the video game news, I have two things to talk about. I asked you before the show if you knew anything about this, and you said no to both, but feel free to chime in with anything you have to say anyway. A couple of things. These are not video game related. These are both TV related. Number one, just announced today. Today is what, January 15th, 2016.
You got it.
Just announced that Fox is rebooting 24. They're bringing 24 back without Jack Bauer, without Kiefer Sutherland, and fuck them. Fuck that. So stupid. Don't bother bringing the show back at all.
He's too busy with Metal Gear, though. Thank you. He's too busy doing Metal Gear and being conspiracies and theories and all that stuff with Konami now. He doesn't got time for 24. He's got time for 6. Metal Gear 6. That's the one I was looking for. Yep, I'm going to pass it over to you.
So you're saying it's not that Fox didn't want Kiefer Sutherland. It's that Kiefer Sutherland didn't want to fucking do it. Just too busy with all that Metal Gear. I mean, it's funny. The article that I was reading about it basically said, like, what? 24 without Kiefer Sutherland? That would be like doing Metal Gear without David Hayter.
And that's where it comes in. I'm pretty sure Kiefer Sutherland's just way too busy probably with Konami now that he's had that, big cash money from Konami or slave driving from wherever company that he's working with now, that maybe 24 is just too much for him. Maybe he's just gotten too old for it. Maybe he thinks that it's like a Breaking Bad thing where it's just like, let's stop it where it's still good. Get any farther from there. Maybe he'll make an appearance. Who knows? But I think it's a good idea that he stepped out and isn't continuing. Don't kill a good thing. You don't want to ruin it. That's my little take on it. I haven't really seen it. I only know about it.
See, 24 came back a couple years ago. They did like a mini series.
Movie thing.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So whatever. I'm a big 24 fan, but that's fine. I'm sure it was a joke, but maybe a joke, but I don't agree with the big cash money from Metal Gear because I'm pretty sure 24 made way more fucking money.
Definitely.
Okay. Next piece of topic. You also don't follow anything Star Wars current, as we know.
What is Star Wars? I don't know what a Star Wars is.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. But Star Wars Rebels, which is the current animated show on Cartoon Network. Sorry, not Cartoon Network. It used to be on Cartoon Network. Disney XD. Season 2, they just showed a new trailer for the second half of Season 2. Looks so fucking good. They're bringing Darth Maul back. Never mind.
All right.
It looks good. You got Darth Vader in there. There's connections to The Force Awakens. Ahsoka's going to finally meet her old master. For those of you who know what that is, then you'll know. For those who don't, it's fine.
What about Sabine?
Yeah, Sabine. How the fuck do you know about Sabine?
Well, I work over at a game store. Disney Infinity characters.
Right.
Yeah, and Kylo Ren.
Yes, from two different. Kylo Ren's from Force Awakens. Sabine is from Star Wars Rebels. But yes, Sabine is in it. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. First of all, 24 being back without Jack Bauer. Fuck that horrible TV announcement. Then great TV announcement with Star Wars Rebels because that show is really panning out. So we have 16 pieces of news today. We're going to go through them in no particular order. Let us jump right in. So this first piece of news comes to us over at PlayStationTrophies.org. .org by Lee Bradley. Lee Bradley writes, developer Red Barrels has shared the first image from its upcoming horror sequel, Outlast 2. You can see it above. Now, obviously, you can't see it because we're an audio podcast, and on the video, I'm not fucking putting it up because fuck editing. But the image shows what looks like a woman holding a makeshift nasty-looking pickaxe thing with some ominously glowing bits on the head. The female character is starting to show, or staring down, a shadowy figure on a porch in what looks like a dusty rural location. Response to inquiries on Twitter, where the image was first shared, Red Barrels shared a few more details about the game, confirming that it will not be set in an asylum like its predecessor, and saying that yes, you will need to hide. The last detail is perhaps most notable, suggesting that Outlast 2 will be sticking to the oh my god, I don't have any weapons, all I can do is hide or run gameplay from the original Outlast. It's all hyphenated, by the way. This is an official fucking term. A game we rather enjoyed. Outlast 2 was announced in October last year. The devs describe it as a twisted new journey into the depths of the human mind and its dark secrets, adding that it will test your faith, pushing players to a place where going mad is the only sane thing to do. I can't wait to tell you all the ways we're going to make Outlast 2 gamers suffer, said Red Barrel's co-founder David Shatanoff. I fucked that up, but whatever. Nice. Debuting in 2013, the original Outlast is a survival horror game that puts you in the role of a journalist who, armed with only a camera, investigates the goings-on at a spooky mental asylum. It kind of crumbled towards the end of its... Okay, we don't need to get into spoiler territory. That's also just editorial opinion bullshit. Anyway, Outlast 2 is a real thing. It's happening. We got some more details on it. It's not going to take place in an asylum, so it's going to be a new setting. The image looks pretty cool. You should all check it out. What are your thoughts on that, Sean? Have you played Outlast?
I played a little bit of Outlast back when it came out free on the PlayStation about a year ago, October. I don't know, a year ago October. I played for a bit, got really scared. It was a good game. Big guys chasing me, throwing me around the room. I ran around a water sewer area. Was trying to turn back on the power. Got scared a lot. Super good game though. Really liked it. I liked what they're doing with it by the sounds of it. Sticking to the same formula, kind of like Amnesia, Penumbra, Machine for Pigs kind of deal, or newest Soma. Those games are like what makes a good horror game nowadays, in my opinion. With not much to do and not much to rely on, just hiding and just relying on your baser instincts is always a good thing to have, and I think it's a good game to have for parties as well. I'm going to pass it over to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I streamed it on the channel here, twitch.tv/WillDo. We do horror nights every Saturday night.
It's a good plug.
Thank you. Right? Speaking of which, this Saturday, horror night, we're going to be playing through the Left Behind DLC for The Last of Us, which I've never played it before.
Never played it?
I haven't played it. I've played Last of Us, but I haven't played Left Behind.
That's the best one.
So I've heard it's good. So, come check that out Saturday night,
Yeah.
9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Twitch.tv/WillDo. Anyway. So I agree with everything you said there. The first Outlast, I didn't finish it. It was good. I had a good time with it. I'm interested in the second one. I'll probably get it when it's free on PlayStation Plus, like the first one was.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the next one. This also comes from PlayStationTrophies.org. This is written by Richard Walker. Look at these lovely Valkyria Chronicles remaster screens. Another article with visual stuff that I can't show you guys. But This is important because I know both you and I are very into Valkyria Chronicles and the series. So, with Sega going big with Valkyria series on PS4 in 2016, launching a whole new chapter called Valkyria as a Revolution, which looks great, by the way, in Japan during winter 2016, some screens from the upcoming Valkyria Chronicles remaster for PS4 have also found their way online. A revamped version of the seminal RPG classic, first released for PS3 in 2008, Valkyria Chronicles Remaster includes high-resolution visuals, trophy support, because fucking A, because the first one never got patched with trophy support. That's like my biggest hell yeah for this. And DLC for the price of some of $49.90, which will be roughly $50 to $60 US.
54.
So it'll probably be $64.99 in Canada. Bullshit. Assuming it comes over. It's going to come over. A lot of people think it's not going. I'm telling you it's going to come over. I'm calling it right now.
Yep.
Unfortunately, however, there's no word from Sega on a release for either Valkyria as a Revolution or Valkyria Chronicles Remaster in the West. You can always import the latter from Japan when it launches on February 10th, 2016 for PS4, bundled with a demo of Valkyria as a Revolution. Now, the screens here look good. The thing that I'd say, of course, go check these screens out if you're listening to this. Yeah, it's not like it's not going to be the same thing of like you see some of these remasters that are just like fucking amazing. But the graphic style was so unique in that cell shaded watercoloring they did. What I would say was really cool about it is that it looks to me pretty much the same as it looked to me when it first came out on PS3, which is saying something because if you went back and looked at the original, you'd be like, oh, this doesn't look nearly as good. But now it looks to me basically on the same level that it was when it first came out, and that's really cool. So I want to hear your thoughts on this.
So with Valkyria 1, it was really amazing with the pastel watercolors, as you just mentioned. The game is beautiful, gorgeous. Everything about it was amazing. The gameplay mechanics, fighting, running around, all that. So now that it's been remastered, Sega was saying about a year ago that they were apologizing for putting Valkyria 2 on the PSP, which was a massive downfall for audiences in the West and in Japan as well. I don't know if we never got Valkyria 3. I'm pretty sure that existed.
Yeah.
And we never got that, which is a shame too, because from what I saw, it was a good game, and we've only seen bits and pieces of Valkyria characters in games like Project Crosszone 1 and 2, which will be out next month, I believe. Anyway, it's going to be a great game. So now that they've announced a remastered version of it, it looks fantastic. They've revamped all of the graphics up to its top-notch scale. You could still play it without losing any of the nostalgia value that you felt so many years ago. It's got to come here. Sega was saying that they wanted more Valkyria. They know it's loved here. It's a classic here now. People want it. People were looking for it desperately. It just kind of flew off shelves. It's just one of those games where people bought and like sought after. It's gonna be like Xenoblade Chronicles kind of level of looking for. And then once that gets announced, people will want it over here, and it will come over here, no matter what. Well, back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have the original on my game shelf over there. It was actually I think it was the first PS3 game that I got. It was one of those games. It was like maybe be like, yes, let's go out and get the PS3, because I didn't get it right on launch. I got it like a year afterwards. Because I was mostly into Xbox 360 at the time before, Xbox 360 went and flushed itself down the fucking drain, in my opinion, and was like, hey, yeah, let's come back to PlayStation. And the trophies helped because trophies are cool. Anyway, yeah, I agree with that. I think it's just a matter of time before it comes over. People are saying that it might not come over because Valkyria Chronicles 3 didn't make it. However, I think that's because the sales were and you said, Sega apologized because they took this series that people loved and they fucking abandoned it on the PSP. And it's like, why the fuck did the sequels come out on the handheld PSP?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. But they're making up for it now, which is good. Sega really needs to bring back a lot of their like classic franchises that they are just sitting on and completely wasting, but that's a discussion for another time. So this next piece of news comes from the PlayStation blog. This is by James Spafford. Classic Psychonauts comes to PS4 this spring. Now, this is cool because we talked about this in the first episode, and we said, oh, yeah, guaranteed this is coming. Well, now it is coming. So, we're super excited to announce that our classic PS2 platformer Psychonauts is heading to PS4 this spring. Psychonauts follows the story of a young psychic named Rasputin in his quest to join an elite group of international psychic secret agents, the Psychonauts. He runs away from the circus and breaks into their secret training facility, whispering Rock Psychic Summer Camp. Not cramp. What the fuck's wrong with me? It's been a long day, yeah. And it's like not even half. It's like what? It's 2:00. As he begins his training, by psychically delving inside the consciousness of his tutors and those around him, he realizes all is not as it seems and soon embarks upon a psychic odyssey through a variety of levels set inside the minds of misfits, monsters, and madmen. You may have seen Psychonauts in the news a fair bit recently. Last month at PlayStation Experience, we announced that Psychonauts in the Rhombus of Ruin would be coming exclusively to PlayStation VR in 2016, which we're not going to talk about PlayStation VR at all today, but we will be extensively in future episodes. And for the last month, we've been running a crowdfunding campaign to raise the funds to make Psychonauts 2, which we talked about in the first episode, and they totally crushed that. Yep. We're happy to report that we are now 100% funded, so can officially announce that Psychonauts 2 will also be coming to PS4 in a few years' time. So it's a ways out, which is also no surprise. Yeah. That's a whole lot of Psychonauts to look forward to. Now, I never played the original Psychonauts. I'm excited to play the PS4 version. I'm excited that it's coming out. We knew that was going to happen. You are, of the two of us, our resident Psychonauts fan.
Yes.
So I want to hear what you have to say about this.
The first game was really good. I only played a few levels before my computer decided it didn't want to run it anymore. That and other problems that I had with my PC at the time. Anyway, the game was really good. It was solid. The story mode was really good. I liked the characters. I liked the design. I liked just all of the voice actors in the game were superb to its superb. Double Fine Studios is a amazing studio. I'm not too big on their point and click games. Not saying that I don't like Double Fine as a whole. It's just point and click games were my type. But big adventure games like this and Brutal Legend were games that I really enjoyed playing. And Psychonauts 2 is gonna be huge when that game comes out. It's been wanted for so long, and I know Tim Schafer's been wanting to make it for quite some time. So I'm gonna swing this back over to you.
Cool. Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head with that. So cool. You brought up voice actors, so that's a segue into the next article. Yeah, I like that. Also because I am a voice actor. Oh, another plug. Yes. But I did put this in for a couple of reasons. One, because I am a voice actor, and there's kind of like there's a bit of that on the channel and that kind of stuff. So this is also from the PlayStation blog by Jonathan Blow. Meet the voice actors of The Witness. Now, The Witness is a game that I've been waiting for a long time on PS4. That along with Rime. Those are the two like sort of big like sort of adventure platformer, really colorful, awesome games that I've been looking forward to. The Witness's release is imminent, and we now know the voice actors. So this is cool because these are some good voice actors in here. So we're a couple of weeks away from our release date, and we've just 2 weeks, a couple of weeks out. Yep. Imminent. It's fucking coming. I will be streaming that on the channel, twitch.tv/WillJwood. And we've just finished recording the last of the voice acting, which means it's a good time to tell you about the actors. Do you have something you want me to do? You can plug anything you want to plug too.
I have nothing to plug.
Okay. But if you do, you'll fucking do it.
I'll make a note. The
Witness deliberately riffs on several traditional elements of game design, and one of those elements is the classic audio log, where you are wandering along and you find a recording that was placed there by someone before. The Witness has recordings like this, but let's just say they are done in a highly non-traditional way. When you first encounter them, you won't find much in the way of answers, but if you keep looking, you will eventually be able to piece together what's going on. Now, I'm curious if this is going to be one of those things where it plays the audio logs play through your DualShock 4 controller, because I think that's really cool.
That's good. That's probably something that they will add. I could see it adding. Most likely, or there'll be an option to like put it on your controller, but I could see it being a VR thing too. We're not talking about that though.
Yeah, no VR talk today, except for all the VR talk that's gonna happen. The Witness in VR would be really fucking cool. However, I don't know. We'll have to see if some of these things can get poured over. Apparently, it's a lot of fucking work and resources. It's a lot more than people think to put things into VR, but this is about the voice actors. So these are the folks whose fine voice work you will hear in these recordings. The first one, Ashley Johnson, very big in video games now. I know her from the Mel Gibson movie What Women Want, and she was also the voice of one of the tall. Did you ever watch Disney's Recess? Yeah. The Gretchen?
Sure.
Whatever.
All right.
Anyway, Ashley Johnson, who you may know as Ellie from The Last of Us, or from her roles in Tales of the Borderlands and infamous First Light. Of course, yes, so she plays Ellie in Last of Us. And did you play Tales from the Borderlands?
No.
Okay, well, you should. She also plays the smartest person on the hit TV show Blind Spot, which I've never seen. You can find Ashley on Twitter here. What is her Twitter handle?
Yeah.
I don't know. Good enough. Phil Lamar, big time. He's Futurama, all kinds of stuff. Like, he's a big voice actor, who I best know as Marvin from Pulp Fiction, but who you may know as Vamp in Metal Gear Solid 2 and 4, or as Rat Bag from Shadow of Mordor. He also played Hermes in Futurama and Ollie Williams in Family Guy. You can follow his random musings here. Matthew Watterson, who played very English person Sir Lucan in The Order 1886, which I don't think anybody fucking played, and has recently acted in Fallout 4 and Halo 5. Check out Matthew's amazing Sean Connery-themed profile picture here. And finally, Tara Deva, an oft-performing musician, including recent hit single At Night with the Swiss group Shakedown, though she doesn't play music in The Witness because we don't have music in The Witness. She is acting. So that's interesting too. The Witness has no music. And veteran of the Mickey Mouse Club, among many others. Tara's Twitter is here. I will warn you, though, that the story in The Witness, such as it is fairly subtle and happens most implicitly. You really have to explore and read between the lines to know what's going on. So do not expect a traditional game game story like The Last of Us or The Order. All that said, we are very happy to have these actors lending their talent to our game, and I look forward to release when you'll see what we've been up to. So, thoughts on the voice actors?
All of them look like a really good cast. Haven't played too many, or don't remember too many of the shows that they were on, but I noticed a lot of them. Shadow of Mordor, Ratbag, really good guy. It's a lot of characters like that they're kind of the underling characters, the grunt characters of the show or the game. It's good to see like more voice actors and actresses getting really good kind of work like that. So I'm really excited to see, I don't know, voice actresses and actors getting out there. I'm sure they'll be great. I don't really pay too much attention to like voice actors and names once they're out there, but if I can,
don't fucking worry about us.
yeah, you guys are fine. But if I see one out there that's like a really big name, or I'm like, oh man, I've heard this voice like recycled 1,000 times, and then once that happens, then I'm really in tune to like their names. So, but yeah, it seems like a really good game, and good things are gonna come from it.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, Ashley Johnson and Phil Lamar are sort of the two headliners in this.
Yeah.
Ashley Johnson's very big in video games. She's been some of the biggest voices in the last couple of years of games. Phil Lamar is huge in animation everywhere. Yeah. Matthew Watterson and Tara Deva are sort of newer people. And, like, of course, and I'm like still wet behind the ears as a voice actor myself, but this is the perfect time to bring it up because it is a voice actor article. And we have our first comments from Twitch that I'm going to include. Jared Prime and Labete5354 are in the chat asking about the voice actor, asking if I'm a voice actor. So the one on the left is the voice actor. That's me. They're asking what games I've been in. So very quickly, I'll say you can find my IMDb links on the Twitch channel under the panels there, or you can find it on my Twitter. But basically, I haven't done too many video games. Most of the stuff that I've done, I can't talk about yet. It's still under NDA, hasn't come out yet. There is one video game I'm in on Steam right now, currently, that you can go get. It's free. I believe there is a sequel coming out because it just got kickstarted. It's called Seduce Me. It is a visual novel dating sim otome, and I play the angry father to the main character that you play. So awesome. Yeah, you can listen. You can play the game. And you can listen to me like tell you how disappointed I am in you. And then there's a couple iPhone games and stuff. I'd have to figure all that shit out. Most of it hasn't come out. But then in terms of anime and stuff, I've been in the English dub for Hunter x Hunter, Pretty Cure, Scan to Go, and a few other things. So, but that is that. So, yeah, I agree. It's good to hear voice actors becoming a more prominent force in gaming. That just goes along with as our medium continues to grow and storytelling becomes more important. Acting and bringing that stuff to life, of course, is very important. Let's move into this one. So this is also from the PlayStation blog, posted by Grace Chen. This is the PlayStation Store update. Now, of course, today is Friday, so these games would have updated on Tuesday, yes. But here's what's new on the PlayStation Store. And we might start doing ones for the Nintendo eShop too, but I just don't know where to find all that stuff easily put together for me.
Nintendo news.
But we'll see. So today, this is a PlayStation heavy day today.
Yeah.
So here are new PS4 games out this week. Ark the Lad, Twilight of the Spirits, PS2. That is a PS2 classic redone for PS4, $14.99. Assassin's Creed Chronicles India for $9.99. Dogchild. This comes out on January 11th, so it's out already as well. $14.99. Gone Home Console Edition. I know a lot of people are very excited about that one. Gone Home, of course, one of the indie darlings of the last couple of years. I haven't played it yet. I'll probably pick up the console edition at some point. I'm not going to get it right at launch. But basically, it is a story about you come home, you go back home, you expect to see your family. Nobody's there. The place is empty, and you kind of piece together. I've heard it's a very emotional story, very worth playing. Tharsis, $14.99, and the Banner Saga, $19.99. I've heard good things about Banner Saga as well. That's a strategy tactical RPG, kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics. Yeah. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 multiplayer beta came out yesterday. I have it downloaded. I will be streaming it probably after this podcast, so if you want to stick around. Okay. Yes, gotcha. But either way, but I'll probably try to stream that after this for a little bit. Pre-orders The War of Mine, the little ones on PS4, $29.99, and Arsland, The Warriors of Legend. There's a demo out for that as well. That is coming out soon. Now, Arsland, Warriors of Legend is another one of those Warriors style games. Oh, nice. Yeah, on PS4, it mirrors it up or marries it up with the Arslan anime series, which I know nothing about. So those are the new games out there. There's also weekly sales and weekly deals. Now, I don't want to delve too much on the weekly sales. I'm not going to go through all the weekly sales and everything. There's some good sales out there. There's a good sale this week, but I will say one thing, because as you know, we end the segment with building our top 50 list. You have a top 50 list. I have a top 50 list. Now, yes. Your game last week was Gone Home. Not Gone Home, sorry, was Grow Home. My game last week was DanganRonpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. DanganRonpa Trigger Happy Havoc is on sale this week on that sale. It's $15.99 if you're a PlayStation Plus member. I believe it's $18.99 if you're not. Fucking amazing game. Get that. I'm telling you right now. Everybody who has a PlayStation Vita and or PlayStation TV, good finish. You go out there, you buy that, you buy the sequel, which is for $14. So if you have PlayStation Plus, it's $30 to get both games. Yeah. Fucking amazing deal, because even if you try to find these in store, they're hard to find. You know, you work at a game store. They're hard to find. They're fucking expensive if you do find them. And $16 and $14 a piece, fucking go buy it. That's my piece of advice to everybody. That's free of charge. Go out and get those games. You will not be sorry. I played through them last year for the first time, and the series is one of my favorite series of all time now. So anyway, yes, you want to say?
Yeah. So I wanted to quickly add that DanganRonpa Trigger Happy Havoc is coming to Steam. It was just announced the other day. Not sure when it is, but Spike Chunsoft just announced that yesterday. It was a big surprise for all of us. I've noticed a lot of games from the Nipponichi Software localization team or productions, whatever they do. I've noticed that any kind of games that they've been getting, such as like Disgaea or games of that sort, have been getting ported to Steam, so it's only a matter of time before the rest of the DanganRonpa series gets on there. That was my little note in there. I'll swing this back over to you.
Cool. Awesome. I think it's the more, okay, first of all, but this is going to sound fanboyish, but it's not. Play it on PlayStation if you have it. If you have a Vita, if you have a PlayStation TV, play it there. It is a sort of PlayStation series. Like, it's not made by PlayStation, but it feels at home on PlayStation. I think that's the best place to play it. I think playing it on a Vita is the best place to play it. But if you don't have a Vita, if you don't have a PlayStation TV, but you do have Steam, then absolutely go get there. I think it's just good to have this game be in as many people's hands as possibly can. Kat, get the fuck off the shelf. Can you just, like, hit her ass or something? What are you doing there? Thank you. It just needs to be played. So the more places it is, the better. Absolutely. Cool. Moving right along, pretty much all my news is from either PlayStation Trophies or PlayStation Blog this week. Like I said, very PlayStation heavy week.
There were the other day, I should say.
Crypt the Necrodancer hits PS4, PS Vita on February 2nd. I am very excited about this game. A lot of people haven't heard of it. I didn't hear about it until just recently. I'm very excited about this game. It might be and there's a lot of great games coming out in February that I'm excited for. Mighty Number 9, Gravity Rush Remastered, and this game. These are my 3 top anticipated picks for February.
I have 2.
Cool. I want to hear those. I want to hear those right now.
Top 2 games. I don't want to say 3 because I can't think of the third one right now. But top 2 games coming out next month. Mega Dimension Neptunia coming out on the PS4. It's a big release for me. I've been collecting those games since day one, all the collector's editions. Super stoked for that. High def. Got to get those goddess action in there. It's going to be sweet. I got that visual novel style game with their couple RPG elements thrown in there. Story and characters are really the only thing that matters. Everything else is kind of one-sided, but hopefully the PS4 version is going to be even better. Second game coming out is Digimon Cyber Sleuth. Huge game. Everyone's really excited for it. It's coming out, I believe, on the 3rd of next month, so it's going to be massive. People are going to be looking for that game. It's going to be sold out everywhere, I'm predicting right now. Pick it up while you can. It's probably going to be one of those games that are going to be harder to find. It's got what looks like art from the Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor 2. Okay. So that looks really solid. I probably won't be picking it up right away. Hopefully I'll be able to find it in time. But those are my top 2 games coming out next month. If I can think of the third one, I know there is one that's coming out. I'll mention that as well. Oh, Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem's out next month as well. That's gonna be huge. Yeah.
Right. And you can get that. You can get that sweet 2-pack that gives you the third game for free, but you'll never fucking find it. No. Okay, cool. Fair enough. But let me see if I can sell you on this for being your third for February, okay? Even though for some godforsaken reason you don't have Gravity Rush in there, and for some godforsaken reason you don't have Mighty Number 9 in there, but whatever. It's fine. Let me sell you on this. Now, do you like indie games?
Depends.
Do you like retro-inspired pixel art indie games?
Yes.
Okay. Do you like rhythm games?
Yes.
Then, strap your fucking self in for this. Crypt of the Necrodancer hits PS4, PS Vita on February 2nd. This is posted by Heather Wilson on the PlayStation blog. We are very excited to bring Crypt of the Necrodancer, the award-winning and critically acclaimed roguelike rhythm game. Do you like roguelikes?
Yes.
Rhythm game to the PlayStation family. Move to the music, delivering beatdowns to the PlayStation, okay, you're overselling it. To the PS4 and PS Vita. No, it's fine. February 2nd. Crypt of the Necrodancer turns up the volume, Sean. Fucking kicks it off. Kicks off the notch. On typical 2D dungeon crawling action. Do you like 2D dungeon crawlers?
Yeah, it's good.
Dungeon crawling action. By adding rhythm-based movement and combat, you control main character Cadence as she explores each zone, picking up gear and defeating musically motivated monsters. Those monsters are so fucking motivated by the music, you don't even believe it. Then, unlock multiple new characters who offer different challenging modes of play. What? 4 unique zones featuring randomly generated levels offer exciting new gameplay experiences every fucking time. Earn trophies, hopefully a platinum, but we'll see. And play our daily challenges to test your hard-won rhythm skills. The PS4 version of the game will also support dance pad gameplay. If you have a fucking USB dance pad, which I don't know why the fuck anybody would, you can plug that shit in there and you can play it DDR style. Crypt of the Necrodancer features cross-buy support, so if you purchase it on either PS4 or PS Vita, you'll get it on the other platform at, get this, no extra cost. What? And as an added bonus, we've included a new exclusive soundtrack created by Jake Vert Kaufman, the composer for, are you fucking ready for this? Shovel Knight. No. And one additional surprise, which they don't mention what that is. Crypt of the Necrodancer will also be coming to Japan on both PS4 and PS Vita early this year. Japanese fans, stay tuned for Spike Chunsoft, which we just talked about, to announce the Japanese release date soon. See you in the crypt. So it is being officially released in Japan, published by Spike Chunsoft. That's really cool. Here's my thing. I want this game. I really want this game. I'm going to stream this game on twitch.tv/WillJWood. But here's why this is very newsworthy for me and why I'm really excited about it. Here's a couple things. One additional surprise. They don't mention what it is. 2, don't mention price. And 3, the release date, February 2nd, which is the first Tuesday in February. So you know what? I'm telling you right now, this fucking game going to be on the PlayStation Plus lineup. And this is going to be free for everybody to play. It's going to be fucking great. What are your thoughts?
Is it going to be a physical release?
No.
Then it's not in my top 3.
All right. Well, fuck you. That's about it to say about that. I think we nailed the enthusiasm for that game.
I love it.
Hello, cat.
Come back to me. No.
This from over at PlayStationTrophies.org. Richard Walker writes, new Doom details and images raised from the bowels of hell. Of course, we talked about Doom on the first episode. Now we have more information about Doom. As Game Informer's big cover story for its February issue, a load of new details on Doom have emerged from the magazine, revealing some salient information about Bethesda and ID Games' hellish FPS, due to launch for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC in spring 2016. Of course, we talked about last week about the potential release date being released, although I believe that was most likely a placeholder date because it was the last day of the month. But that might have nailed down the month, which I think was June. Yeah. So it would come right around E3. Broken down into bullet points over on NeoGAF, the Game Informer piece reveals that the chainsaw is now more powerful than ever and is assigned its own spot on the D-pad rather than the weapon wheel. What? Yeah. The BFG, meanwhile, is assigned to its own face button and described as a panic button of sorts for when things are getting a little too hairy. Weapons also now have mods to track down, like a remote detonation upgrade for the rocket launcher, while exploration will use the old Doom trope of colored keycards to access new areas and secrets, some of which demand backtracking. Upgrades won't be restricted to weapons, mind you, Sean, my good friend, as your character will also acquire permanent upgrades, like the ability to mantle or swap weapons faster, increase health, ammo count, and so on. Perk runes can also be equipped and swapped out, granting further perks like speed boosts and such. Locations in the game include the surface of Mars, Lazarus Facility, obviously, and Titan's Realm, and will boast greater verticality, while a new enemy known as the Summoner will make up what's described as a demon avalanche, pointing to far more enemies on screen at any one time. As for the plot, it apparently revolves around a character called Dr. Olivia Pierce, who unleashes Doom's marauding hellspawn in some sort of religious cult ritual. The bitch. Other new details reveal a new domination-style multiplayer mode named Warpath, a last team standing type clan area mode, and swappable hack modules unlocked as you progress in multiplayer. Multiplayer also has more weapons not seen in single player, such as the so-called lightning gun. Doom's in-game map builder, Snap Map, is also mentioned and means no mod tools beyond the included features will be available. Using Snap Map, users can create tower defense, single-player missions, VIP escorts, racing challenges, and other games complete with custom AI and the ability to share your creations on the Doom Smart Hub. Doom will be coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC in spring 2016, although I hate the way they wrote this. 30th June 2016. June 30th, 2016 release date was seemingly outed by Amazon France earlier this week, which it's like a fucking Thursday. It's the last day of June. It's a fucking placeholder. It might be coming out in June, but that is not, June 30th is not going to be the release date. Check out some new Doom screens below, which of course you guys can go check out if you're interested in this. Thoughts, Sean?
Doom's really big for me. I used to play it a lot as a kid. So when they announced this Doom, I was super excited for it. They did an E3 thing last year for it, and I was really excited. Everybody that was watching it around me was like, oh, Doom. Oh, all right, that's cool, Sean. And I was like, guys, Doom, it's going to be great. And they're like, I don't know, it looks kind of muddy. And I was like, guys, it's Doom, though. It's going to be great. So I played the alpha beta multiplayer that they announced on PlayStation like a month or so ago. Played a couple rounds. It's amazing. It plays exactly like Unreal Tournament, but more polished. You get to play as I played as the assault class, so you get like a rocket launcher and I think an assault rifle, but the rocket launcher is almost like unlimited ammo, so you can just keep firing it at the enemies. Of course, it's not going to kill them right away, but that's fine. It's super campy in the way that the multiplayer works. I'm really excited for the single player and how they're going to do that. I'm really glad the chainsaw is attached as not as like a weapon, sort of like a button away now, which is really nice, kind of like a melee thing, kind of like in the older games. I think it's ID Software and Bethesda. Bethesda's working on that. Stellar team, stellar graphics and engine that they're both using. I have high hopes for this game. I'm gonna probably pick it up day one and I'll play it in numerous times just for nostalgia value. The story mode, from what we've seen at E3 and what they've announced so far, it looks amazing and sounds great. Yeah, it's gonna be great, and I don't care what anyone says.
Well said. I don't really have much to add to that, to be honest. Doom is Doom. Doom is a super important series for the history of gaming. Yep. For the history of first-person shooters. Again, I'm not super big into first-person shooters, not super big into Doom, but I understand the relevance and importance of it in our industry. I hope it does well. Yep. I hope it does well. I'm sure it will. It's not going to be. It's not. I don't personally think Doom is going to be like one of the game of the years for 2016. I don't think it's gonna. It's not going to be in that echelon.
Yeah.
Especially not with all the PlayStation first parties or exclusives you got out there. Horizon, it's going to be huge. Persona 5 is going to be probably my game of the year. I'm calling it right now. The Last Guardian, and possibly that new game from Final Fantasy 15. There's gonna like 2016 is gonna be a fucking amazing year. Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yep.
Doom's not gonna be in that echelon of games, but it's gonna be a nice summer thing, I think, for people who are really into that. So
it's gonna be, I'd say, as popular as Mirror's Edge. What is it? Catalyst. But more popular and better. Just saying.
All right. Sounds good. See, that's what I like about gaming this day and age. There's something for fucking everybody.
Yeah.
You've got your Doom. I've got that fucking Necrodancer game. I can't remember the full title of.
Perfect.
It's one of my most anticipated games forever. I can't remember the fucking title.
The Necrodancer.
You remember the fucking title,
You got it.
and I don't. That's why we're a team.
That's why I can't see.
All right. People in the chat are talking. They're wanting shout-outs and stuff like that. Basically, I will say this. If you guys have comments that are relevant to the things that we are saying and they're appropriate, then I will add them into the show. So basically, Jared Prime says he's not super familiar with Doom. And level 5, what are you hiding from us? I don't know. What is level 5? I don't think level 5 is hiding anything. They got Ni no Kuni 2 coming. Oh, but there is a level 5. There's a level 5 piece of news coming today. I got it. Don't spoil it. It's coming. Do you want me to do it next?
We'll get to it.
No, fuck that. Here's what's next.
All right.
This comes from Destructoid. So, an actual piece of news that is not from PlayStation Blog and PlayStation Trophies.
Oh.
Now, this is not relevant to us, at least not yet. Not to you and I, but it's relevant to our American viewers and listeners. Jordan DeVore over at Destructoid.com writes, Amazon Prime members can now save 20% on new games. Valid up until 2 weeks after launch. So Amazon Prime members are getting a nice bonus starting today. This was on January 12th, 2016. Amazon Prime members, wait, I already said that. 20% off newly released physical video games, including pre-orders, shipped and sold by Amazon. The discount is offered on new titles until 2 weeks after launch, so you can wait for reviews if you'd like. While the collector's editions are applicable, product bundles, including but not limited to console game bundles, are excluded. Individual product pages show eligibility, and you'll see the savings applied to your purchase at checkout. Also, if you have any existing pre-orders, you'll get the discount.
Cool.
As someone who buys a lot of stuff from Amazon, this is, of course, going into editorial now, including but certainly not limited to just video games. This is a great benefit. I've been a Prime member for years now. Subs are $99 these days, but it's worth noting that the discount will work if you're using a free Prime trial. Now, not applicable to us at the moment because at the time of this podcast recording, this is Amazon Prime in the U.S. only.
No.
It's not other countries. It's not France. It's not Europe. It's not Canada. However, we have something, so I want this to come. I think it's great.
Yeah.
We have something that the Americans don't, and that is
Freedom.
the E3. Yes, freedom. No, that is the E3 sale because every E3, and I assume it'll happen again this year, but every E3 you order pre-order 3 or more titles off of Amazon.ca.
Yeah.
You get 30% off each title.
Yes.
Which is huge.
Almost every year.
Huge. That does not happen in the States. So maybe we won't get that because we already have the E3 sale. I don't know. It would be cool, I think, for this to get any game, and the fact that you can wait until after it comes out. You can read reviews. You can see if you like it. 20% off is pretty huge.
Yes.
Going to be a great 2016, great year for Americans to get in on that. I like absolutely jump in on that.
Yeah.
And I think Amazon Prime is a good deal. I don't personally need to use it. We don't personally need to use Amazon Prime, really, where we live in Vancouver, because the fucking warehouse for Canada is here. So if you order anything, it basically comes in one day, even with the regular free shipping. I ordered something. I ordered Settlers of Catan and Catan Seafarers from Amazon.
That's a board game.
Yeah, it's a board game. And it was supposed to ship out on January 7th. It was supposed to arrive today, January 15th. So it shipped on January 7th, which is last Thursday, fucking arrived the very next day,
Beautiful.
Friday morning, January 8th. And I just paid the regular shipping, and it was free one day. Do you have anything to add to the Amazon Prime stuff?
I'm a big Amazon buyer in general, so everything that I buy, big game wise or games that are coming out, I generally catch on that Amazon E3 sale. Big thing for me this year was Xenoblade Chronicles X. I guess they made a huge slip up. They dropped it down to $15 by accident. Of course, when you do a pre-order, they have that pre-order guarantee. So I ended up getting 30% off that $15 price drop.
$30 or 30% off $19 made it $15.
That's the one. So yeah, that was an amazing deal for everybody that got Xenoblade Chronicles X that day. So that's probably why I stick to Amazon. So I'm really happy with what they have now. Even if they did get that Amazon Prime, I'd probably get on that later, depending on what we get. I think if they did only do if they brought over that sale for Prime users, I think we'd only get maybe 15% off. I don't think we'd get a full 20.
We might get more because their games are more expensive.
True. We might get that, or I could see this E3 thing maybe twice a year, not like calling it an E3 sale, maybe like
they did another one later in 2015 for 20% off.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, I could see stuff like that happening if they don't go ahead with the Prime
sale. And you
sale.
don't have to be Prime to get those deals either.
Exactly. Canada, so, and that's the best part about it is I don't have to pay $100 a year or whatever to get all those crazy deals. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I like Amazon. They're good people. They're really good with customer service. Their return policy is really good. So yeah, I'll swing this over to you.
All right. Here's the next piece of news. This is a segue for two reasons. One, because it also comes from Destructoid.
Oh.
And two, because this is the news that you want to talk about. And this is the news that Jared Prime wants to know what level 5 is hiding. And I'll fucking tell you right now, Jared Prime, what level 5 was hiding, but is no longer hiding. Ben Davis over at Destructoid.com writes, 15 hours ago. This is breaking fucking news, sort of. 15 hours is actually, it's actually pretty far away. You ready for this, Sean?
Yeah.
Dark Cloud 2 is coming to PS4.
What?
Next week.
That's really good.
Relive the joy that is FIDA. According to the latest PlayStation blogcast, sorry. Dark Cloud 2, or Dark Chronicle in Japan and Europe, will be joining the PlayStation 4 steadily growing list of PS2 emulations on January 19th. That is days away, Sean. They already released the first Dark Cloud on PS4, so I was expecting to see Dark Cloud 2 at some point. Most people seem to enjoy the sequel more, while I personally had, again, so many editorials on this, but that's cool. I like editorials. When I wrote for video games journalism, I was all about the editorials. Yeah. While I personally had more fun with the original, the second game in the series did have some really great new features. The photography mechanic was definitely my favorite addition. You could take photos of everything around you to gather ideas for new inventions in order to create items. The majority of my time with the game was probably spent hunting for every possible photograph location. The sequel is also way prettier than the original. I would agree with that. Got those nice cel-shaded graphics, although I think the original has its charm. It looks more like a Zelda game. With cel-shaded graphics that still look gorgeous today. It also had some pretty great voice acting too. Plus, there's that weird mini-golf game, FIDA. God, I was terrible at that, says Ben Davis. Now, of course, Dark Cloud came out on that. It was one of the first line of the PS2 classics redone for PS4 with trophies, everything like that. First of all, Dark Cloud had a platinum. Dark Cloud 2, pretty much guaranteed to have a platinum. Yeah. Again, pretty much guaranteed to come out at $14.99. Same price as the other one. Now, people have been, since Dark Cloud came out, and we knew Dark Cloud 2 was coming because PlayStation said Dark Cloud 2 was going to come. We just didn't know when. Now we know. Next Tuesday, January 19th. Now, I personally think you should play through the first Dark Cloud before you go to the second Dark Cloud because it'll be harder to go back to the first Dark Cloud from the second Dark Cloud. Definitely. But while I've played both games back on their original PS2 release, it's been a long time. I don't remember much about them. You got the first Dark Cloud on PS2, didn't you?
I own both.
But did you get it on PS4? The first Dark Cloud on PS4?
Sort of. I used
right.
account sharing.
Right. Okay. Now, you're more familiar with Dark Cloud 2 than I am.
Yeah.
So you tell me right now how fucking excited you are and how fucking excited everyone else should be for Dark Cloud 2 on PS4. Go.
So with Dark Cloud 2, I picked it up way long time ago on PS2. It's probably like, I don't know, I picked it up at the Virgin Media, like, huge superstore that they had a long time ago down in Vancouver. But anyway, it's an amazing game. It builds everything from the first game and makes it better. You now can go back in time with the second character. You can still do all the rebuilding of the houses, rebuilding things, accessing old memories. But this time you can do way more. You can ride a giant robot that the main character's on, so you can like walk around with it and do a lot of fishing.
You know what else you can do with giant robots? On PlayStation VR, which we're not talking about PlayStation VR this week, you can play 100-foot robot golf. Anyway.
Oh my god. It's like Gundam golf. So with that, you can walk around with that. You have two main characters. Totally forgot the main character for the guy. I forgot his name. but the second female character is Monica. She's a princess from a kingdom, I believe, in the future.
Damn that princess hype.
Yeah, so that princess hype, you'll see her everywhere on the screen caps. She's looking great. You play all those characters. It's really fun. Still same kind of dungeon format. You can still break your weapons. You have a wrench. The main character has a wrench as a weapon and also a gun, which is super cool. Monica has swords. The final boss is so cool. The final boss in the first game also makes an appearance as a secret boss as well.
Fucking spoilers,
No. It's secret.
Fine.
Secret.
Spoilers for a fucking like 20-year-old.
Yeah. But anyway, it's gonna be a solid game. For the price $14.99, it's gonna be amazing. Trophy support is gotta be in there. It's indefinite, and then yeah, it's gonna be a great game. It's probably gonna be about like 14-20 hour game.
Awesome. Well worth the money. Well worth $15. Okay. Couple things from Twitch. Konzo XX says Dark Cloud 2 woot. I first rented mine from Blockbuster. And Jared Prime says I'm really familiar with Dark Cloud 1, but not so much Dark Cloud 2, but I'm excited to finally experience it. And Jared Prime then says Maximilian is the name of the character from the first game. Just a guess.
Yes.
And you are right. Is he? You're positive? Maximilian. Bam.
Maximilian. Yeah.
Done. We fucking solved the mystery. Wrap it up. Show's over. Go home.
Yeah.
Let's do a little more.
Yeah, we got time. We got about another hour.
We probably won't take that long, but we'll see.
All right. Well, if you want to shut us down, as being just knock over the cat.
I was going to talk about the PlayStation Essentials sale, but then I already kind of covered it with the new releases on PS4.
But with the Essentials, you can pick up
DanganRonpa
and Call of Duty Ghosts for $49. Why not? It's a bad game.
So since I have it on here, here's what I'm going to do.
All right.
I'm not going to go through the prices, but I'm going to run down really quickly. I'm just going to list off. And then anything you want to talk about, anything you want to point out and think people should get, of course, I already talked about Danganronpa.
All right.
Ad nauseum. But I may.
I'll make a sound.
But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to list every game that's on the sale. We're going to rapid fire them off.
All right, boom.
All right. Here's your PlayStation. Cat, stop scratching the back of the fucking couch.
Why are you scratching? All right.
You have a scratching post, seriously.
Yeah, we'll use the scratching post.
The article comes from Chi-Chen over at PlayStation Blog.
She's my wife.
PlayStation Essentials sale. Up to 75% off must-haves. Now, up to 75% off regular, up to 80% off with PlayStation Plus subscription, which you should all have. But I'm not going to list the titles or the prices. I'm just going to list the titles. Here we go.
All right.
This is for PS4. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag Gold Edition. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Call of Duty Ghost Digital Hardened Bundle. Call of Duty Ghost Gold Edition. Child of Light Dragon Age Inquisition Deluxe Edition. Drive Club. Grand Theft Auto 3. Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5 and Great White Shark Cash Bundle. Grand Theft Auto 5 and Whale Shark Cash Card Bundle. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Grand Theft Auto The Trilogy. Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Infamous Second Son Standard Edition. Infamous First Light. Metro 2033 Redux. Metro Redux. Metro Last Light Redux. NBA 2K16. NBA 2K16 Michael Jordan Special Edition, Need for Speed Rivals Complete Edition, Ollie Ollie 3-Way Cross-Buy, Pixel Junk Shooter Ultimate Cross-Buy, Project Cars, Saints Row Get Out of Hell and Re-Elected, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 Gold Edition Bundle, Watch Dogs PS4 Gold Edition, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag Gold Edition, sorry, this is now into PS3, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag Gold Edition, Assassin's Creed Rogue, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood Digital, Batman Arkham Origins, Battlefield 3 Premium Edition, Breath of Fire 4 PS1 Classic, Call of Duty Black Ops Complete Bundle, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Season Pass, Call of Duty Black Ops and Black Ops 2 Bundle, Call of Duty Ghost Digital Hardened Bundle, Call of Duty Ghost Gold Edition, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and Season Pass Bundle, Capcom Arcade Cabinet All-in-One, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which I streamed as part of many of the games on Retro Night last night on twitch.tv/WillJwood. Every Thursday night, Retro Night. Just saying. Child of Light, Chrono Cross PS1 Classic, Chrono Trigger PS1 Classic. Chrono Trigger is better than Chrono Cross. Demon's Souls, but Chrono Cross is still great. Opinions. Everyone has one. Devil May Cry HD Collection. Dino Crisis 2 PS1 Classic. Dino Crisis PS1 Classic. Devil May Cry. DMC Devil May Cry. DMC Devil May Cry Ultimate Edition. Dragon Age 2. Dragon Age Inquisition Deluxe Edition. DuckTales Remastered. Great game. Enslaved. Odyssey to the West Premium Edition. Also great game. Far Cry 3. Far Cry 3 Ultimate Edition. Final Fantasy Tactics PS1 Classic. Final Fantasy 7 PS1 Classic for $4. But really, if you have a PS4, go fucking buy the version that has trophies and HD and everything. Grand Theft Auto 4. Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto 5 and Great White Shark Cash Bundle, Eco, Jumping Flash, PS1 Classic, Katamari Damacy, PS2 Classic, LA Noire, the Complete Edition, Mass Effect Trilogy, Mega Man 10 Trial, Mega Man 9 Trial. They say Trial, but they're the full games. Metro Last Light, Complete Edition. Also, I played Mega Man 10 on Retro Night last night. Twitch.tv/WillJWood. NBA 2K16, Need for Speed Rivals Complete Edition, Ollie Ollie, Three-Way Crossbuy, Parasite Eve, PS1 Classic, fucking awesome game, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, Rayman Origins, Red Dead Redemption, Undead Nightmare, Saints Row 4, Saints Row 4 National Treasure Edition, Shadow of the Colossus, Shin Megami Tensei, Persona 4, PS2 Classic, fucking amazing game, Soul Calibur 5, PS3 full game, Soul Calibur 2 HD Online, Suikoden, PS1 Classic. I'm starting to regret this decision, but we're already there. I'm gonna finish it. I probably won't do this in any future episode. Tales from Space, Mutant Blobs Attack, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, The Amazing Spider-Man Franchise Pack, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist Ultimate Edition, Tomba, PS1 Classic, Watch Dogs Gold Edition, Wild Arms, PS1 Classic, Xenogears, PS1 Classic, and finally for PlayStation Vita, Child of Light, Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair full game. DanganRonpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. Fucking go buy those games. Freedom Wars, also great game. Ollie Ollie, Three-Way Crossbuy. Persona 4 Golden. Now, I said Persona 4 PS2 Classic, great game. Persona 4 Gordon, better version of that. Gordon. Persona 4 Gordon, where you play as the new kid in school from America. Gordon Freeman, yes. And it is Half-Life 3 confirmed. Yeah. Pixel Junk Shooter Ultimate. Rayman Origins. Tales from Space. Mutant Blobs Attack. Tearaway. Although I think you should get Tearaway Unfolded on PS4 as well. Yeah. Velocity Ultra with Trial. Those are all the sales. Big sale this week. You have until Tuesday. Till Tuesday at like 9 a.m. I think. But get them done Monday. Fucking go buy these games. There's a lot of good. It's a good sale. It's a good sale. Did you have anything you want to talk about from those sales? Anything you want to point out? There's
too many Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto games on sale. It's too many. Too many. Other than that, there's some really good ones in there. Persona 4 Golden, especially. That was my game of the year for the PlayStation Vita. That was one of my big reasons to get a Vita in the first place. I didn't really anticipate it. Yeah, I was running out of games to play even for the Vita. I picked up Persona 4 Golden on a whim. Someone said it was an amazing game. And I played it, and my mind was blown away instantly. So anyone who has a Vita or a PlayStation TV, nobody has those, who has not played Persona yet and is like, oh, Persona 5, I don't know what the hype is. Play Persona 4, you'll know immediately. Right. Same thing if you want a good fighting game, pick up Persona 4 Ultimax. It's a stellar game. It's made by Arc System Works, BlazBlue, Guilty Gear. So good. You got to get on that. Yeah.
And if you want a good rhythm game, Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
Was that on sale though?
No.
It wasn't on sale.
But just saying in general, get Persona 4. Get Persona 4. If you can only pick one, get Persona 4. But then get Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc and get Danganronpa 2. Forget the subtitle of it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Get Danganronpa 1 and 2 because those games never fucking go on sale. This is like the last time they've gone on sale in like 8 months.
They're going to go on sale for the Golden Sale, guaranteed.
Golden Week? Yes. Yeah. I'm really excited for Golden Week because I'm hoping I'm hoping Trails of Steel.
It's going to be like $10 off.
But still. Yeah. Get the Vita version. Don't have to dust off that PS3. All right. We have 5 pieces of news left. You got lots of time. Also, Konzo says, I would love to see Xenosaga series make a return in some form.
Yes, please.
Jared Prime says, Persona 4 Gordon. He loves Persona 4 Gordon.
I need that Gordon Freeman.
You gotta have that Persona 4 Gordon. Konzo has a PS TV. I'm so sorry, Vita. You've been collecting dust. I do like the Vita, but I platinumed the one game I played on it. My Vita is a custom make from Japan. So we've got some Vita people in there. Get those games. And then come back and tell us in a future episode what you think about those games, because I guarantee you, you will not be sorry. And it's like, I'll tell you the sale price for it because I already told you. Danganronpa, if you have PlayStation Plus, Danganronpa 1, $16. Danganronpa 2, $14.
Yeah.
Persona 4 Golden, $9. $39, you get 3 of the best fucking, you get hours of content, like a couple hundred hours between all those games. Fucking amazing. Go platinum them all. Okay. Here we go. The first piece of non-PlayStation news, and I think the only piece of non-PlayStation news in our episode today. This comes from Gamatsu. Over at Gamatsu, Saul Romano writes, Classic Pokemon 3DS and 2DS bundles announced for North America and Europe. Nintendo and the Pokemon Company shared new Pokemon announcements today in preparation for the franchise's 20th anniversary. A new 3DS hardware bundle with cover plates featuring the box art for Pokemon Red version and Pokemon Blue version and the Pokemon 20th anniversary logo will be released on February 27th. It will come preloaded with Pokemon Red version and Pokemon Blue version, as well as a home menu theme.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Absolutely. So that is in North America. Now, in Europe, Pokemon 2DS. So that was the new 3DS with cover plates is what's coming to North America. In Europe, Pokemon Nintendo 2DS Special Edition hardware bundles. 3 Pokemon-themed Nintendo 2DS Special Edition hardware bundles will launch across Europe on February 27th. The new bundles include 2DS in transparent red, transparent blue, or transparent yellow.
Oh my god.
And a pre-installed virtual console version of Pokemon Red version, Pokemon Blue version, or Pokemon Yellow version. People love that yellow.
Yellow will sell.
Yellow's the version. How come we're not getting yellow version over here? What the fuck, Nintendo?
They probably have big plans for that. Guaranteed.
Probably, yes.
Pikachu?
There will be, calling it right now, there will be like a new Nintendo 3DS XL Pikachu bundle.
Yeah, he'll be sleeping or surfboarding.
So, of course, the versions of the game correspond to the color of the system. The Nintendo 2DS Special Edition bundles also feature classic packaging reminiscent of the original Game Boy games, a sheet of 15 stickers that can be used to customize the 2DS, and a download code for a home menu theme. Now, there will also be new 3DS cover plates releasing in Europe. A Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon cover plate set featuring artwork from the game will launch on February 19th, and another set featuring artwork of classic Pokemon is also coming on February 27th. Wow. Mythical Pokemon distribution events. Nintendo will distribute the following Pokemon to Pokemon X, Pokemon Y, Pokemon Omega Ruby, or Pokemon Omega or Alpha Sapphire throughout the year via the following outlets. In February, you will get Mew from GameStop.
Whoa.
That's relevant to you.
Is it though? Because we're EB Games, not GameStop.
But EB Games does everything GameStop does, doesn't it, more or less?
They do not.
But they sell ThinkGeek stuff now, right?
They do sell ThinkGeek stuff, and they sell a lot of stuff related to it. But GameStop and EB Games are two different affiliates, unfortunately. Excuse me, sorry. We get that a lot. So we'll have a million people be like, "Oh, well, Celebi's GameStop thing." We don't got it. We're EB Games. We're not cool enough. So who knows? We might get a download code. But if it says GameStop, chances are that EB Games it will not get it. Back to you.
Okay, fair enough. But there's more. And there's more things to get if you can't go to GameStop. In March, Celebi will come out via the Nintendo Network. In April, Jirachi comes out via the Nintendo Network. In May, Darkrai, GameStop. In June, Manaphy, Nintendo Network. July, Shaman, Nintendo Network. August, Arceus, GameStop. September, Victini, Nintendo Network. October, Keldeo, Nintendo Network. November, Genesect, GameStop. December, closing out the year of 2016, the year of Pokemon, because apparently 2016 is now the year of Pokemon. The year of Pokemon and Persona 4 Gordon. Meloetta, released via the Nintendo Network. And finally, Super Bowl commercial. The Pokemon Company will air a TV spot during the Super Bowl on February 7th that will encourage fans to train on. Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow will launch for 3DS via the Nintendo eShop worldwide on February 27th. Yep. So you'll be able to pick up all 3 of those games February 27th. Watch a trailer for Pokemon's 20th anniversary below. If you are interested, go check out that trailer. Big Pokemon fan?
No, I hate Pokemon. No, I'm just kidding. I started off with Silver. Actually, Pokemon Silver was my very first one. It's great. Played many hours of it. Kept the charge cord constantly connected in. It was great. Good times. I was stupid and I traded it in. Instantly regretted it. Had every single Pokemon available for Silver at the time, of course. Yeah, it's a great game. I played, I think the last Pokemon game that I've thoroughly played through was like Pokemon Platinum. I had Pokemon X. I just haven't really sat down and played all of it yet. But you said those Celebration Pokemons will be available for X and Y as well?
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, so I'll probably just tune into those, see if I can get them. If they're not available like at EB Games, I'm sure they'll be available like via something. So like do a Nintendo Wi-Fi connection or something. Yeah, this is probably gonna be the best ways to do it. I'm super stoked for the new. They were saying like, oh, a big Pokemon announcement that will shake the world. That was it. But I'm still hoping for like a Pokemon Z that they kind of people are kind of rumoring, hinting at. That's what I want to see. I want to see a new Pokemon with like either one with first generation all the way up to current gen, and all the regions in one, or just a whole separate new Pokemon game, like a 8th generation or whatever it is. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I probably won't pick it up day one, but I'll definitely try to get all those celebration Pokemon, especially Mew. So swing it back to you.
All right. I have nothing more to add to that except that. So I have nothing more to add to that except for the things I have to add to that, which are the classic Pokemon games are the best Pokemon games, in my opinion. Red, blue, yellow. I've been wanting those on the 3DS. I want to go back to those. So I'm glad those are coming. That's all I have to say about that. It's good news.
Are they going to be enhanced in 3D?
Don't know. They didn't say so. So I assume not. No, because it's Virtual Console. So it's just, they're the original, just completely like original games. So they'll be cheap. Be like $8.
I doubt it.
$10.
They'll be like 14.
We'll see.
It's a Nintendo.
Maybe there should be a bundle. You get all 3.
Yeah, like Fire Emblem. See how fast that goes.
4 pieces of news left. This one comes from PlayStationTrophies.org. Over there, Richard Walker writes, Ratchet & Clank's EU release date revealed. Insomniac Games has announced that Ratchet & Clank will at long last be making its way to PlayStation 4 in Europe and in April, alongside the previously confirmed North American release date. Yes. Already revealed for release in North America on April 12, 2016, Insomniac has today confirmed that Ratchet & Clank will also be heading to PS4 on April 15, 2016 in France, before heading to the remaining PAL regions on April 20th, 2016. Ratchet & Clank will be the first entry for PS4 and is a retelling of the origin story first seen on PS2 back in 2002, and features modern controls, new planets, improved gameplay, all new boss battles, new fight sequences, and loads more. It'll also coincide with this year's motion picture, told from the viewpoint of Captain Quark. Now, I put this in because while the European release date is not relevant to us, we may have people who hear this from Europe, and it's just good to hear in general, because Europe matters too.
Yeah, you're a nice guy.
But I put it in here more than anything because any excuse to talk about the new Ratchet & Clank game, I'm fucking all over it. Because Ratchet & Clank is fucking amazing. Yep. I'm so excited from the day they announced that, like 2 years ago. Been so excited. I'm going to go watch the movie in theaters. It's made right here in Vancouver, by the way. Yeah. By the people who made Reboot. I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about. I personally know people like that are my personal friends that are in that movie. Not, of course, any of the big... I'm not friends with, like... Anyway, maybe I could be in it. Maybe I am in it. Who knows? I'm not saying anything. I'm not in it.
You're not in it.
No.
Don't lie to me. Don't tease me.
But yeah, really awesome. Really looking forward to that game. Looking forward to the movie too. There's really not much more to be said about it. Just fucking, that's one of my most anticipated games of the year. 2016 is going to be one of the greatest years for video games. I'm telling you. It's going to be. 2015 was supposed to be a great year for video games, but here's the thing about 2015. 2015 was supposed to be great. Started off, everybody thought it was going to be great. 2015 was fucking garbage. Yep. The whole year of 2015, everybody I know agrees. 2015 was a fucking garbage year. Star Wars helped at the end, but you don't care about that.
No, I don't know what is that?
Fucking garbage year. 2016 is going to come around. It's going to pick up all that slack. It's going to be like, you know what? Here's the year you were supposed to get. You can fucking get it now.
My input to that is at E3 and before that, they're like, oh, all these games are coming out in fall 2015. Guess how many games got delayed until this year? Too many. Except for, like, I don't know, Tomb Raider and Uncharted.
Yeah.
But
see, I have a theory about that.
Yeah?
These games were all supposed to come out in 2015.
Yeah.
Thought 2015 was going to be a great year. Then, all the game people are like, 2015 is a pretty garbage year. Nobody's liking this year. Let's fucking move it to the next year. 2015 is a wash. Yeah. Fucking get it out of here. 2016 is the year. That's what happened. So now we're getting the year. This is the year we were supposed to get. It's like it's like to make a Star Wars reference that you won't get because you don't know anything about Star Wars. Apparently. People went, I like the prequels. But, for what they are. People were like, we want new Star Wars. They lined up for the Phantom Menace. They're like, oh man, this is going to be awesome. What they got was 2015. And then they come out with Force Awakens. Everybody lines up. They're like, oh, is this going to be another 2015? And nope, it's fucking 2016. That's the connection there. 2015, garbage. 2016, going to be great.
It was 2015, though, when that movie came out.
Fuck you, Sean. Stop ruining my fucking analogies. You're right. You're right, of course, but fuck you. The Division beta rumored for later this month.
Not excited for it.
From over at PlayStationTrophies.org. Oh, man.
Not excited for it.
Richard Walker writes, "Is nothing sacred? Those retailers have been at it again with the latest rumor regarding the Division and a closed multiplayer beta scheduled for later this month. This month, of course, being January. According to the UK games retailer Funstock Digital, the closed beta starts on January 29th. Fuck, I hate the way they write 29th January. I'm sorry. Just saying. Fucking do it right. Yeah. The info was spilled in a Reddit thread in which an exchange between a customer and customer rep saw the retailer revealing the rumored date. So I don't know how well that is for any kind of confirmation whatsoever. It's not. Furthermore, the outlet claimed that beta keys are expected within the next fortnight. Fortnite, of course, for those of you who don't know, because why the fuck are we writing Fortnite in 2016? Fortnite is 2 weeks.
That's a medieval times.
It is. In the next fortnight from a key supplier. A key supplier. Now, is that a supplier of keys? Or is that a very important supplier? Don't know. Doesn't say.
Well, medieval times would be they supply keys.
So, an actual key supplier.
Blacksmith.
A supplier of keys.
He's a liar.
Never trust a blacksmith.
He's gonna open all your doors.
Can you trust a blacksmith? No, you can't.
No.
The Division's closed multiplayer beta had been expected to land in December 2015. Again, 2015, garbage year. But was pushed to early 2016 because 2016 is a better year. So January 29th sounds about right. However, when approached for comment by IGN, Ubisoft responded with the usual statement that it doesn't comment on rumor or speculation. Here's a Division video about germs on banknotes and stuff. That was very editorially, that last sentence.
Yep.
You guys can go check out that trailer if you're interested in it. But I am excited for the Division. I think the Division is going to be great. But I've been burned like that before because I thought Dying Light was going to be great. And anybody who was here earlier this week when I was live streaming Dying Light on twitch.tv/WillJWood with two of my best friends will be able to see, and you'll see it in the VODs, and there will be a highlight on my channel. I fucking just went off the deep end and tore that game fucking apart live on Twitch. Just went about a 20-minute rant about how much I hate that game and how it didn't live up to my expectations whatsoever. Yeah. So I hope the Division is not a repeat of that, but I've got the Division pre-ordered from that Amazon 30% off sale. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be great. You are not excited for the Division. What are your thoughts on this?
The only reason why I'm not is I saw some leaked beta footage. I know it's beta. I know it's it's not finished product. But all I saw is a free roam third-person shooter. It looked like that's all you did was just run around, and it was literally a guy that was running around the streets. He was taking cover.
They're so cool. They're tactical, and they're like, "Hey man, I'm gonna go cover me." That sounds.
It was him by himself. It was just one guy running around with a backpack. The UI looks amazing. Gunplay looks great, but everything else just looks really, really slow. And then when they finally got to gunplay, it was just like, take cover, throw a grenade, standard FPS third-person shooter. No, and I was like, all right, well, you're not getting me. Like, not for a full price. It's just something that I wouldn't pick up day one, and I can see it being a lot of problems. So I'll just leave it on that note.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you think the beta is a real thing? Do you think the beta is coming out this month?
I believe so.
Okay. Jared Prime says 2016, let's go. Find the Division beta keys at your local key shop.
Yep.
You
gotta open those doors.
You just walk into a keysmith? Locksmith. Yeah. Say, hey, buddy, can I, first of all, can you recut the key for my storage room because I can't get in there? True story. And then second of all, I will have a Division beta code, please. And he'll be like, key? Because he'll be Mexican.
Okay, I got that for you. And he slides you a piece of paper, and it says enter beta key here, and then it's just blank.
Jared Prime also says, true story, the hype machine can very easily go one way or the other on the Division.
Definitely can.
We shall see. 2 pieces of news left. I have one more game announcement and then one thing to end on. And your thoughts. Second to last piece of news comes from the PlayStation blog over there at the PlayStation blog, blog.us.playstation.com. And John Ribbons writes, Not a Hero launches February 2nd on PS4. Hello, PlayStation blog readers. I'm John, creative director at Roll7, and I'm writing on this here blog because Not a Hero, our 2D cover-based side-scrolling shooter about a purple rabbit from the future, is coming to PS4 like real soon. So what's the story? Well, back in 2012, when the internet was still in black and white and you had to get games on a 3.5-inch floppy disk, Roll7 made a couple of prototypes in a simple game-making tool called ClickTeam Fusion. Through some kind of miracle/luck/timing, both of the games we made ended up getting signed. One of those prototypes was Ollie Ollie. It's a good game.
Yep.
Which we signed with PlayStation, and which you probably played and destroyed your DualShock 4 in the process of learning Nollie 360 hard flips. The other prototype was, You're Not a Hero, spelled U-R, which is fucking stupid, which we signed with Devolver Digital around the same time. With Ollie Ollie, there was no way that development could continue in ClickTeam Fusion, as the game needed to come to PlayStation Vita and PS4. As such, we started from scratch in C++ and rebuilt the game from the beginning. This is all very fascinating. We brought on a team, and in the end, a lot of people and a lot of hard work went into making Ollie Ollie the game it was. Not a Hero, on the other hand, was coming to PC first. We'd never really dreamed of making a PS4 game. When Ollie Ollie launched and we went back to working on Not a Hero, we did it in ClickTeam Fusion. Unlike Ollie Ollie, Not a Hero has always been a smaller, weirder boutique game. We really wanted to keep it downriver.
Yes.
This just keeps going on and on. I'm not going to read any more of this, but basically, if you're interested in it, I've seen some, it looks cool. Coming out February 2nd on PS4. Now, could this also be a PlayStation Plus title? Could we get Not a Hero as a PS4 title? And we will get Crypt of the Necrodancer as a PlayStation Vita title, leaving room for one more PS4 game, one more PS Vita game, and 2 PS3 games. We shall see. And I'll tell you what, those are my predictions. We're going to get Not a Hero as a PS4 game. We're going to get Crypt of the Necrodancer as a PS Vita game, leaving spot for PS4, another PS Vita game, 2 PS3 games. Don't know what those are. Yep. And the episode we record after those games are announced, we'll see if I'm right.
Okay.
All right? Do you have any predictions?
There'll be free titles eventually. I could see them being free titles, being an indie game. That's pretty much it.
I meant, do you have any predictions for PlayStation Plus lineup for February?
February? I don't know. I don't really follow. Whatever. I really hope they bring back like the voting system again.
Right.
But other than that, I don't really think they'll. I can't really think of any that they'll kind of throw in for a free game. I've been really looking at their indie games. Hopefully, Hotline Miami 2. I want that. Give it to me. I need it. Please. I want to get mad again. But other than that, yeah, that's all I want. So I predict that. That's what I want.
All right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's our last piece of news, and then we're gonna close out.
The last
Close
one.
out for the week.
The last one.
Longer episode than last week, but that's okay.
It's okay. I like it.
Over at PlayStation Blog, Justin Massengill writes the winners for PlayStation Blog 2015 Game of the Year Awards. Now, I don't really care about Game of the Year Awards, but I personally voted in this particular Game of the Year Awards. Did you vote in the PlayStation Blog Game of the Year Awards?
Nope.
No. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. There was a bunch of categories. I'm going to read the intro. Then I'm going to go through all the categories. I'm going to tell you what won and what came in first, second, third.
Yep.
And then we're going to give our opinions on it.
All right.
Okay. The polls are closed, the votes tallied, and the winners selected. We asked you what the best games of 2015 were, and you responded in kind with nearly 600,000 votes in total. This has been our biggest Game of the Year event ever. 2015 was a heck of a year for games, and 2016 is already looking just as bright. No, 2015 was garbage, and 2016 is the fucking year to believe in.
They're being optimistic.
Anyway, thank you for taking the time to support the titles that left an impact on you. Here are your picks for the 2015 PlayStation Blog Game of the Year Awards. Now, I will tell you right now, I'm disappointed with the results. But, here we go. Best PS4 game. The winner, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Coming in second, third, and fourth. Bloodborne, Fallout 4, Metal Gear Solid 5. Now, no surprises here. I really have nothing more to say about that. Yep. That's fine. PS4, best game of the year on PS4. I don't know. I think, The Witcher 3, no surprises, but personally, I think Rocket League should have won that. But what do you think?
Rocket League doesn't come close. Witcher 3, I'm really glad that won. I know a lot of people, I know a lot of friends that said Witcher 3 should not have won Game of the Year for many reasons. I I disagree with all that. Witcher 3 was a solid game. I couldn't get through all of it because it was just so big. It's a beautiful game. It's got massive story. It's got great dialogue, huge replay value. CD Projekt Red did an amazing job with it for the past like 3 or 4 years that they did work on it. The DLC was great. People are like, oh, it's filler DLC, whatever. Great marketing idea anyway. Keep it up. It's good. I love the game for its everything about it, like the fighting mechanics, running around, collecting, item gathering, story, interacting with characters, the world. It's huge. It's amazing. I'm glad it beat Fallout 4. Fallout 4 just came in way too early, or late, I should say. Fallout 4 is a great game as well. Huge. I could say the exact same thing for story and everything, but it just didn't compare to Witcher 3. My game of the year was completely different. It was Disgaea 5. That game's huge, super campy. It knows what it is. Tons of replay value. Huge, but I won't get into that. But I agree completely with their lineup. Bloodborne is a solid game. It deserved number 2, if not number 1, with Old Hunters as well. But it just didn't hold up in terms of like the massive amount of story. If it was Dark Souls 1, however, it would have won. Back to you.
I also forgot to mention the honorable mentions as well, so I'll read those too. So honorable mentions for that category were Shovel Knight, Tales of Systeria, Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Now, I personally voted for Axiom Verge. Oh. It was my favorite game on PS4 last year.
That Metroidvania, right?
Yes, but Shovel Knight was right up there as well. All right. PS Vita game. Best PS Vita game. This is the category I am most disappointed in by far. Winner. Resident Evil Revelations 2. What the fuck?
That's not. No.
Second, Shovel Knight. Okay.
Yep.
Third, Persona 4. Dancing All Night. Fine.
Okay.
Fourth, Super Meat Boy. All right. Yep. Honorable mentions, Sword Art Online, Lost Song, Hotline Miami 2, and Bastion. Where the fuck is Danganronpa Another Episode, Ultra Despair Girls? That, of course, was the game I voted for best game on Vita this year. Shovel Knight, sure. Fucking love Shovel Knight. Persona 4, Dancing All Night. Great game, rhythm game. Why would a rhythm game win? That's fine. Why the fuck is Resident Evil Revelations 2 the number 1 game on PlayStation? Why is that the best game on Vita, according to PlayStation blog readers? You fucked up.
That was rigged.
You fucked up. I'm not saying Resident Evil Revelations 2 is a bad game. But there are so... Okay, fine. But there are so many amazing games on Vita this year. Yeah, indie or otherwise. Fucking Trails was on there.
Trails should have won.
Sword Art Online, Lost Song. Anything.
Yeah.
Why is Danganronpa not even mentioned? First of all, don't even get me started about that. But I'm sorry. Fucking Resident Evil Revelations 2? No. No. Bad. Bad.
Yeah, bad. Don't vote Resident Evil. Do Umbrella Conspiracy when that comes out on PC, right?
All right. Yeah. That was my rant for this one. You got the long speech on the first one. Okay, here's the next one. Best story. This next category. The winner. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I kind of disagree with that. I think that while the story's fine, I think that there were maybe more tightly knit story games this year that may have been better. But that's fine. Second place. Life is Strange. Now, I streamed that on twitch.tv/WillJWood. I don't like that game. I wanted to like that game. I don't like that game. I don't like it either. Until Dawn, what I personally voted for best story this year.
I didn't like it either.
Until Dawn is great. Where's that Danganronpa? Metal Gear Solid 5
great game.
Came in fourth. Honorable mentions, Bloodborne. What?
Should have replaced Life is Strange.
Fallout 4.
Should have replaced Life is Strange.
Batman Arkham Knight. Your opinions?
All the honorable mentions should have beaten all of them except for Witcher 3. Life is Strange didn't really like. I read a review. I watched some gameplay because I didn't want to buy it because I know everyone was riding that hype train about it. I don't like the voice actresses in that game. Sorry. I just didn't. I'm not big on the walk around point and click kind of style games, so that kind of threw me off in the beginning. Yeah, that's not right. No.
Not as disappointing as Resident Evil Revelations 2 winning Best Vita game.
Yeah. I mean, like if Life is Strange would have won, then yeah. But I could rant all day about Life is Strange. I don't like it. It's not my kind of game. But yeah, all of the honorable mentions should have been on what won. That's my biggest thing. Because Bloodborne, if you go deep inside that game, it's amazing, and it's so good in terms of story and like weapons, and if you read everything, it's such a well crypted game.
Agree. Well said. Bloodborne is a game I'm going to go back to on twitch.tv/WillJWood, and I'm going to be playing that during Horror Nights in the future.
It's a good game.
Okay. I agree. Fucking Life is Strange. I wanted to like the game. I do like Telltale style adventure games.
I don't.
Tales from the Borderlands is what I personally voted for best story. And I think Tales from the Borderlands was the best story of the year. But I digress. Here's the next category. Best soundtrack. Another one that disappoints me. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Are you fucking kidding me?
It shouldn't be Witcher 3, but...
Get off the fucking Witcher 3 hype train. Okay. Yeah. Second place. Metal Gear Solid 5. Fine.
Okay.
It's got a good soundtrack, but I don't necessarily count that because I think they're counting like all the 80s music in it, which is fine, which is great. Not really a video game soundtrack in my opinion. Bloodborne's got a good soundtrack, but I think it's more of like an atmospheric kind of. It's not something you're going to put on your Spotify or on your iTunes and go out there and rock it out while you're walking around. Life is Strange. Fuck off.
Nope. Shouldn't have won.
Just fuck off. Honorable mentions. Fallout 4.
It's good.
Destiny, The Taken King. Hotline Miami 2. There you go.
Yep.
Persona 4 Dancing All Night is the best soundtrack, but I would argue that it's really just from Persona 4, so it's not really a new soundtrack.
It's somewhat remixed. Somewhat.
Yes. Not even on here. Oh, it's on Editor's Choice. I haven't been doing the Editor's Choice ones, but that's okay because there's just not enough time for it. But this one is what I voted for. Personally think it's the best soundtrack of the year. And it's on the Editor's Choice. Axiom Verge. Fucking amazing soundtrack.
I never played it, but I know it looked really good.
Play Axiom Verge. You come over sometime. You can play Axiom Verge.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right. Best digital game. Number 1. No surprises here. First one I agree with. Rocket League.
No.
Second place. Life is Strange. Fuck off.
No.
Third place. Yakuza 5.
Okay.
Fine. Fourth place. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. I'll agree with that too. Honorable mentions. Hotline Miami 2. Soma.
Should have been number 1. Both of them.
And Super Meat Boy.
Super Meat Boy deserves an honorable mention.
Why don't you like Rocket League?
I don't like Rocket League because I just don't like it. I can't play it. I suck at it, and I just never really got into it. I'm not really big on those kind of games anyway. It deserves the praise that it is getting. I just don't like it, so I'll disagree on it. Agree to disagree, as I've been saying a lot recently. But there's lots of other games that deserve that digital award. That was what it was?
Yes.
Yeah.
Digital game.
Yeah, Life Strange doesn't deserve that, in my opinion. One, it's gonna be a physical game come next Tuesday, so it's bound to come out. Yeah, doesn't deserve it. Axiom Verge should have as well, because from what I've seen for a Metroidvania game, it looks great. Shovel Knight should have been up there, and which other one was it? I forgot already.
Oh, Hotline Miami 2, Soma, Super Meat Boy?
Soma should have been up there, and same with Hotline Miami 2. Soma,
honorable mentions, so.
They should have been number 1 and 2. Soma's a great game. It's by the makers of Amnesia and Machine for Pigs, Penumbra, all of those big games. It's huge. It's got such a great story. Everyone should go and buy it. I'm just waiting for the price to kind of drop on PS4. But it takes you on a ride. It takes you on this crazy, demented ride where you just think and you don't know what you're doing. You don't know where you are, and you just play it. It's an experience, and that should have won for me for digital.
An experience like Journey.
Yep.
Gotcha. Now, Rocket League, I'm okay with that winning Best Digital Game. I didn't vote Rocket League Best Digital Game. I voted Axiom Verge Best Digital Game. But I did vote Rocket League for the next category. It did not win in this category, which is surprising to me. Best Multiplayer. Winner. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Second place. No surprise, but still, get the fuck out of here. Second place, Rocket League. Third place, Star Wars Battlefront. Fourth place, Destiny the Taken King. Honorable mentions, Rainbow Six Siege, Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward, The Elder Scrolls Online, Tamriel Edition. I don't think there's too much to say about the multiplayer award.
I could mention some things.
Yes, okay. I think Rocket League should have won, but I'm okay with the way things shook out. I understand Call of Duty winning because it's fucking Call of Duty and whatever. Get multiplayer games, get the fuck out of Call of Duty's way. But that is waning. I'm telling you, it's on the downcline.
It is.
Decline. Downcline's not a fucking word. Star Wars Battlefront was a great multiplayer game. I loved it. I thought the multiplayer was great. I thought the gameplay was great. Is lacking in content.
Yes, very much so.
And Destiny, I just never really got into. I got the first Destiny, but I don't know.
Okay, I could see.
All right, what do you guys say?
For multiplayer games, I played a lot this year. So Final Fantasy Heaven's Ward, or Heaven's Ward.
Oh yeah, you're huge into that.
Yeah, it was massive. The game's huge. The multiplayer aspect is great. Everything about it. I played a lot with my friend who's in the audience actually, Jared Prime. Shout out to that guy. Anyway, Heaven's Ward or Sword is stellar game. You can't actually access that expansion until you beat the main game, but that main game is huge. It's full of so many hours, and the amount of classes that you can do is numerous. You don't have to create multiple characters to create numerous classes. You can switch on the fly. As long as you have that weapon, you can switch. It's great. Going back to other multiplayer games this year, Rocket League, good. It's good. But I only think that Black Ops 3 won is because the popularity. It's because of what it is, the name, the title, everything about it is the only reason why it's number one. To me, MMOs should have taken the upper hand this year. Minus Elder Scrolls Online, because it's boring.
I agree. I got Elder Scrolls Online. I have Final Fantasy 14. It's still sealed on my shelf. Not the Heaven's Word, but just the base game. Here's my problem with Final Fantasy 14. I have so many games, and I play so many games. A lot of those I stream on twitch.tv/what'sgood. Sorry, I'm going to try to cut that down. This is a very heavy plug episode for that. But I can't get past to spending $15 a month to do it. And because for me, I feel if I'm spending $15 a month on a game, then that's the only game I can play.
Yes.
And I just can't do that. I got too many games I need to play, too many games I'm excited about. I think it's great for those who are really into it. I could see myself getting sucked into it. I can't do it. That's why I got Elder Scrolls Online, because even though I've only played it for a couple of hours and haven't touched it for months, it's like if I ever want to go back to it, I can just jump in. I can continue where I am. I don't have to pay for anything. I like that. I don't think Final Fantasy 14 will ever go free to play, although it was for a little while, I think.
They did a deal with Final Fantasy 11, but I don't think it ever really was like free to play. I think it was maybe for like a weekend, but that's about it.
But anyway, but I can concede that Heaven's Word should have been up there. But I really liked Rocket League. Anyway, last category. Now this one may be arguably the most important category, and then we're out. We'll try to go quick on this because I know you want to get out of here. Most anticipated game of 2016. Now the rules on this were that you couldn't. None of the games were eligible that already were won either first, second, third, or fourth place last year. Because there were games like in 2014, Uncharted 4 was 2015's most anticipated game. There are a lot of games that were supposed to come out in 2015 didn't. Yeah. So those games aren't on there. So with that in mind, this list is also disappointing to me. The winner is disappointing. Number 1, Dark Souls 3. I get that that's an anticipated game, but are you telling me Dark Souls 3 is more anticipated than Horizon Zero Dawn? You're telling me Dark Souls 3 is more anticipated than Mass Effect Andromeda? Yeah. You're telling me it's more anticipated than Final Fantasy 15, than The Last Guardian, than Tom Clancy's The Division, than No Man's Sky, all these fucking games? Whatever. Have your Dark Souls 3. I like Dark Souls. I like Bloodborne. I'll probably play Dark Souls 3. But anyway, here's the list. Dark Souls 3, number 1. Number 2, Horizon Zero Dawn. Number 3, No Man's Sky. Number 4, Tom Clancy's The Division. Honorable mentions, Mass Effect Andromeda, Final Fantasy 15, and The Last Guardian. Of course, Persona 5, not eligible because it won for 2015.
Yep.
It was supposed to come out 2015, didn't come out 2015. No. Nobody should have thought it was coming out 2015. No. That's that. I don't have much to say. I think in general it doesn't really matter. These awards don't fucking mean anything. Anyway, play what you like what you play. Go out there and do what's important for you. I think, again, just in general, 2016 is going to be a great fucking year for games. One of the greatest years for games, maybe ever. So, yeah, you really can't go wrong with that. But personally, Ratchet & Clank should have been on this fucking list.
Should have been.
Maybe it was there last year. I don't know. And Horizon Zero Dawn, I think, should have beat out Dark Souls 3. But that's just me. Jared Primal says, I completely understand your $15 sub reasoning. That's sort of why I stopped playing and subbing, because I had other games to play.
Fair enough.
For the Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Your thoughts on the most anticipated and your closing thoughts on game 2016. Then we'll do our top 50 build out list, and then we'll get out of here.
I agree completely with the list so far. I think shouldn't Fire Emblem be in there, or shouldn't have been in there?
This is a PlayStation blog.
Stupid. I actually was convinced for the longest time that Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem was going to be a PS4. I don't know why.
I would have loved it to be.
I was so hyped, and then it was like, oh, Wii U, and I was like, oh, all right.
Why would it be? Because Fire Emblem is
I know. Yeah, and that was a good point. But yeah, I'm super stoked for Dark Souls 3. It's going to be massive. Big Souls fan. To me, Dark Souls 1 is still my favorite game of all time for PlayStation 3. In terms of that series. The lineup's gonna be huge this year. I'm not surprised that it beat all the other games for anticipated games of the year. Other than Horizon Zero Dawn's gonna be great. It's just, I don't know, with Guerrilla's past games, it could go either way for me. So that's why I didn't get it. No Man's Sky, I'm also really unsure about. Like, yeah, unlimited worlds, okay, but how far can that really go until you just stop on it?
Okay, fine, but why is Mass Effect Andromeda only an honorable fucking mention? Come on, Mass Effect, the best new series from last generation, hands down, next to Danganronpa.
They didn't give out too much information for Mass Effect, though. They were only like, oh, here, it's Mass Effect Andromeda, that's the thing, guys. All right. They didn't really drive home anything for me or give anything away.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. We can both agree 2016 is going to be a great game. Great year for games for everybody. Something for everybody.
Yes.
Crypt the Necrodancer. It's going to be a PlayStation Plus title, I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Okay. We're almost done. Episode 2 of Level 38, a video game podcast. But before we go, we're going to end. Now, there's some new segments that I want to roll out over the next couple of episodes, but we don't have time for one this episode. So, we will continue a segment that we rolled out last episode where we end with the Level 38 Top 50. I have a Top 50 list. You have a Top 50 list. We're building it out. Last week, you went first. You entered into your Top 50 list, Grow Home.
Yes.
I entered into my Top 50 list, DanganRonpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. This week, I will go first. You will go second. Now, the easy call would be, DanganRonpa 2.
Yeah.
But no, because to me, Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc encompasses the entire series. That's the game you have to start with. So once you play that, you'll want to play the other stuff. So that's it. My Danganronpa is done. So, my next game, because I've talked about it so much on these awards, Axiom Verge. Go out, get Axiom Verge. If you like Metroidvanias, if you like Metroid, if you like Symphony of the Night, but specifically if you like the Metroid style of it, Super Metroid. Axiom Verge is basically a PlayStation version of Super Metroid. It's fucking amazing. I got the platinum. It's a great game. It's made by one guy, which is insanely impressive.
That is.
It's coming out for Vita. It hasn't hit Vita yet, but it is coming to Vita. It will be cross-buy. But get it for PS4. That's my opinion. So I say go out, Axiom Verge. That's my second game into the top 50.
Okay.
All right, your go.
Second game of this list. It's not going to be in any order because I'm just going to shoot off games. Yeah. Second game everyone should play is Had a Full Boyfriend. Yep. PlayStation 4. It's out now. Also on PC, Steam. Pick it up. It's a Tomate, I believe, made game. It's awesome, hilarious. You get to date pigeons. Why not? They're cool. They make like the cuckoo sounds. Literally, you segue into there because they're cool. Haha. Yeah, it's a great game. Tons of hours. It's not so great on replayability. There's only a couple endings, but it's still a great game. Fun for dating sims. That would be my number 2 or number 49. Just pass that off to you then.
They're not in any order. Don't worry about it. Okay, cool. I agree with Had a Full Boyfriend. I also streamed that on twitch.tv/WillJWood, and we played through. It was a blind playthrough. The Twitch channel named the character. His name was Shirito because they wanted Shiro from Scan to Go, which is an episode an anime that I voice in. I voice the character Shiro Sutherland, and they were all up on that. So they're like, yeah, get Shiro in there. But then they wanted Kirito from Sword Art Online, so we named him Shirito.
Okay.
and then his last name was Futanari because we were talking about Futanari. If you don't know what Futanari is, Google it. You're in for a good time. This is a discussion for a different podcast. Anyway, so yeah, but we played through. We dated the teacher. We tried to date the teacher.
All right.
The teacher bird.
Yep.
It was a disappointing ending.
Oh.
But anyway, you're supposed to play through that game multiple times to get all the different endings.
Date
So,
that fat bird.
fair enough. Cool. Well, that officially brings us to the end of episode 2 of the Level 38, a video game podcast. I want to thank you again for being here, Sean.
Thank you.
And, of course, the people can follow you at SmashBite on Twitter. You can follow the podcast at Level 38 Podcast. If you have anything that you want to tweet out to us, we can. If you have questions or comments or anything that you have relevant to the show, we can put that in there. At some point in the future, we'll be building out segments around that as well. So please follow on there. Again, this podcast is recorded live on twitch.tv/WillJWood. It does go up on Mondays on iTunes and Podomatic. And you can also find the video podcast on youtube.com. So once we hit 100 subscribers on youtube.com, we can get one of those fancy custom URLs. At the moment, you'll just have to search Level 38 Podcast on YouTube. So get those subscribers. Get those subscribers happening on YouTube so we can get that custom URL. Alrighty, that's it. Do you have anything to say before we go, Sean?
Yeah, just thinking on a quick note here. Send anything on the Twitter or anything if you have any suggestions or topics you want us to talk about game-wise. I'm sure we'll be more than happy to throw that out there on future episodes. Yeah, that's my only thing. Really happy to be here. Try to do this every week. I'll be more than happy to. I got the time. Will's got the rhyme. And yeah, well, that's my bit.
That's fucking magic. Thank you. So again, SmashBite for Sean on Twitter, at Level 38 Podcast on Twitter for the podcast itself. I am at Will J. Wood, and that has been episode 2 of the Level 38, a video game podcast. Thank you all. Thank you, Twitch viewers. Thank you, listeners and viewers out there everywhere. We are done. Have a wonderful week.
Goodbye.
Bye.